Joining us now on Can I Media is Linda Ma with CGI, and you are here talking about mega projects today.
That's correct. One of our colleagues out in the European office last year did a study interviewing a number of the oil and gas companies that have major mega projects in the oil sands in Alberta.
What are some of the challenges facing these large projects?
Well, they're large, for one thing, so that means there's hundreds of contractors involved in the project itself, so there's a great coordination effort. Before you even get that far, you need to work closely with local communities and government in order to get approvals and make sure that we're not doing anything that's going to harm the environment over the long haul.
So you can see where the challenge is there. What are some of the success stories that you talk to people about?
Well, I mentioned that in terms of collaborating with local groups, CNRL had done a Horizon project, and one of the issues that they had was that the oil sands go under a watershed, and that caused great concern amongst the local population that their rivers and lakes might be polluted, and that would affect their traditional hunting and fishing activities. So CNRL at that time chose to build a special lake for them out of the harm of the oil sands potential, and stocked it with all of the appropriate fish and plant life that was recommended by the Métis and First Nations.
So they learned what was necessary by public consultation, obviously.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
That's key with these sorts of projects, isn't
it? It is. The sooner that you're collaborating and working towards a very comfortable solution for both groups, the more likely you are to get a quicker solution, which means that you get your return on investment sooner, and it allows for a much better feeling that everybody wins.
Not sure if this is something you can comment on, but when you're talking mega projects, of course, two big ones you're looking at right now in Alberta are Keystone XL and Gateway Pipeline. The process of public consultation and going through that whole process seems to be dragging on a lot longer than it ever has in the past. How do you try and mitigate these sorts of, delays?
Well, I'm not actually involved in any of those projects. What the study found was that you need to engage and work with all of those objecting groups and not do it in a confrontational manner. We need to find win-win solutions for everyone. You're not going to make everyone happy, but the more that you make happy, the better off you are. And you're right, it has taken much longer than usual.
Linda, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
All right, we've been chatting with Linda Ma with CGI.